Welcome back, everybody. Reminder, of course, Christmas is just a few days away, and co-parenting during the holidays, it can bring some extra stress. A whole lot. Okay, so let's help you out. This morning, Houston family law attorney Cherika Edwards is here to help you parents understand what to expect, how to navigate the season without turning the season into a courthouse battle.
Right, right.
Now, okay, this is something that you have to use kid gloves with, because not only are the kids involved, but there's emotions. There are parents who no longer live with each other or be different sides of the continent for all we know. But what is the first piece of advice you can give to parents out there or grandparents when it comes to this co-parenting during the holidays?
My number one advice is read your order.
Oh, yes.
If you've been in any type of co-parenting custody battle situation and you've been through court, you have a court order, and that court order governs who has the kids during the Christmas break, during the holidays, and it's so important that that is our first step in understanding where do the kids go.
But then you have other family members like, I want to see Johnny, or I want to see Susie, or whatever, who try to make adjustments to things like that. What do you do when you're being pulled in directions at the same time, even though you do have this court order? What is some of the best advice you can give?
My best advice is, even though you have a court order, I always encourage my parents to put that court order in the drawer.
Yes.
And talk to your co-parent. Right? If you guys live in the same city, even if you don't live in the same city, maybe you can split the holidays down the middle. Maybe morning goes to mom, afternoon goes to dad. Maybe we can figure out what works so that the kids can be in everybody's lives during a holiday time.
Right. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you, you know, as we all do out there who have friends who may be dealing with co-parenting, there are sometimes you have one adult who is not as reasonable. So if you're dealing with a situation like that, what do you do?
Every co-parenting situation, I feel like we have that one unreasonable parent at some point or another. I always encourage parents to at least try to talk about it, and if you have a parent that's being unreasonable, you have to learn how to filter that out, ignore it, and then unfortunately go back to the court order. I think that courts have to intervene and create court orders for those unreasonable parents who don't want to make a slight change for the benefit of the children.
Speaking of children, they're the ones who are right in the middle of this. So give parents some advice on how to approach this with the kids. Even if they've already done it, what other things that you need to give to these kids to help them with this transition during the holiday season?
I think my biggest thing is that a lot of parents don't realize children really want to be involved in both their mom and their dad's life. They want to be involved with both sides of the families. So I just encourage my families to not put children in a hot seat and make them choose. Don't make them choose. Give them that freedom to say, you know what, you should be with mom, you should be with dad, and give them the autonomy to freely move.
That's some great advice. And also with younger kids who don't understand what's going on, how can you help them navigate with this as well?
Even with younger kids, I try to encourage parents to, you know your children, okay? Your child starts to shut down, your child starts to not talk, not eat. There's something going on. If there's nothing that you can see going on, it's the holidays. Again, they know their mom, they know their dad. So they also have feelings and things of that nature during the holiday time. So make sure that you're watching your children's behavior.
And also adults need to be adults. Don't talk bad about one parent or the other, because I hear this all the time and I'm like, why are people doing that? Because the resentment builds and builds and it makes it even worse.
Even when you think you're in the bedroom having a conversation, your kid hears you. And it's so important that you make sure that if you're going to talk bad about the other parent, I absolutely do not encourage that. But if you're going to have conversations about the other parent, what they're doing, what they're not doing, make sure your kid is not even in the house. You'll be surprised at how many times these children, they hear the parents. They hear them.
All right. I know we're running out of time. Where can people get more advice from you or from others, or where can they go just to help them out if they need some help?
So I'm very, very big on social media, become known of giving advice, giving information. So I encourage people to follow me on TikTok at attorney Cherika Nicole, and also just get on, we have ChatGPT. If you're ever confused, you got a lawyer right at your front door. But also Google onto the Office of the Attorney General. They do a great job of putting out information about where the children should go during the holidays. And if all else fails, if you need a family law attorney, definitely give me a call and let me fix it.
Well, I mean, I really do appreciate you coming in. And I know it's a happy time. It can be a stressful time.
Yes.
Let's alleviate some of that extra stress with this co-parenting, and you're helping to do that.
Yes.
And you really are big on TikTok. I'm just saying. Go follow. She is. She's like, look at that. She's getting all the parents. I love it. Cherika, you're just wonderful.
Thank you so
for being
much. Thank
here.
you for having me.
Of course.